Let's take a quick look at the markets. At this point in time, we are seeing the markets in a serious dip. The advanced declines should tell you the story. It's a fairly widespread dip that we are seeing. It's about 7 stocks in the red for 1 in the green. But we have a guest joining us.
Yes, indeed. GNFC came out with their numbers. It's been a fairly good performance by them. The revenue growth was at 19%. Their margins improved from 12.5% to 18.6%. Rajiv Gupta, the MD of GNFC, joins in now. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining in. It's been a steady performance for you, for both your chemicals as well as fertilizer business. Is this kind of a 19-20% revenue growth sustainable even in Q3 as well as Q4?
Good afternoon, and let me make 2 important observations that we have yesterday declared our quarterly results. And in Q2, we have declared a profit of 228 crores, which is the highest ever single quarter profit declared by the company since its inception in 1982. Secondly, this quarterly profit is even more than the entire year's profit last year. In the same way, for the H1, we have declared 278 crores profit, which is much higher than the profit declared in H1 last year. Now, as far as the chemical segment is concerned, we have done pretty well in the chemical segment, and we have declared a profit of almost 193 crores, which is about 141% more than what we declared in the same quarter last year. Fertilizers also, we have declared a profit of 44 crores as against 23 crores in the same quarter last year. So both in chemical and fertilizer segments, there has been a great performance.
Mr. Gupta.
And in fertilizer, of course, in the last quarter, in Q1, we had suffered losses.
Okay. Mr. Gupta,
yes.
The question really is how much of this is sustainable. Your revenues have grown at about 16% and total income at 19%. Is this repeatable in the second half?
Well, we are trying to do our best, and as far as the chemical segment is concerned, all our products are doing very well. In fact, there has been a spurt very recently in last 2 weeks in the prices of TDI also. So the prices have zoomed almost by 100%. And weak nitric acid, concentrated nitric acid, formic acid, all our products are doing very well. And
25% margins that you have reported is sustainable?
So I don't see any problem in maintaining the same level of growth.
And margins, that's sustainable?
See, prognosis future at this stage, it can be sustainable if the same demand continues as far as the chemicals are concerned.
So your Dahej plant, you had announced to the exchanges sometime back that the Dahej plant is going to be shut. That's a key contributor to your revenues, right? Is it still shut? And what impact will that shutdown have on your quarterly performance in Q3?
Well, the Dahej plant had some kind of a gas leakage, and we have some unfortunate incident, and we have closed down the plant. And right now the HAZOP, the third-party safety audit, is going on. So we'll try and restart the plant as soon as possible after the third-party audit has approved all our measures which have been taken, and all the formalities are done. As far as the impact on the quarterly profit is concerned, I do not see a very great or substantial impact on the profits, because right now we have sufficient stock, and we have been diverting our stock to our customers. As a matter of precaution, for a few days we have closed down a TDI plant at Bharuch also, but soon we'll be restarting that. So the impact on the quarterly performance would not be as much.
So sales not impacted because of the inventory that you currently have?
Yes, we have enough inventory, and we have been supplying almost 100 tons every day. And for like next 15 days, we have sufficient inventory. So the impact would not be as drastic or as substantial as probably one would imagine.
Mr. Gupta, our analysts tell us that prices of TDI have started falling. Is that right?
No, I tell you the contrary. The prices of TDI in last 15 days have almost doubled. Now it is only a fluctuation beyond $4,000 up to $4,500. So sometimes it is quoted as per the demand and production in the world scenario at 4,300, sometimes 4,500, and sometimes 4,200. So it is not a correct statement to say that the TDI prices have started falling. TDI prices have stabilized after peaking. Now that is a better statement to make.
Sir, one final question. How is this cash demonetization impacting activity on the ground? We just had a two-wheeler and a four-wheeler dealer tell us that sales have ground to a halt. Cement dealers tell us much the same. What are your dealers telling you?
See, we are a government-controlled company. So cash demonetization, as far as our operations, sales and marketing and commercial operations are concerned, has no impact at all.
All right.
Mr. Gupta, it doesn't have an impact on you. I'm asking you, what are your dealers telling you?
Well, our dealers have not given us any negative feedback.
All right, so we leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining in. So that's GNFC, quite confident going ahead about the prospects for the company. Stock is up nearly about 3%.